another thing that may or may not ever happen.
All right, so, opinion?
Elaine's getting married.
If we had the money, I'd say just build a building next door, but we don't.
Right.
I like the central location of the CSD offices in the community, in this location.
Right. So you won't put the fire station in the treatment plant.
Well, there's an idea. Hadn't thought about that.
With how many calls? How many firefighters?
Yeah.
All doing 70 to get there?
The neighborhood, engines going in and out.
Code lights all night.
Yeah, you can run that siren all the way down.
Hey, well, you'd get a lot more people to get on the board if that was the case.
Hey.
So the one thing that you can to consider is that we obviously don't have millions of dollars to build a new building, a new office building next year.
Okay, your 3 minutes are up.
Thank you for your comment.
So this could be something, you
Tell
know,
me to get
obviously
tired.
office space is infinitely repurposable. So we could build something there and then five years from now, 10 years from now, when we're a little bit bigger, you know, build something down here. Maybe they'll be building offices next door and we can get in on that and build something there for a lesser cost. So just because we build something down there at the treatment plant, if we use it for a few years and then move somewhere else, then we can, it's not like it's not gonna be used.
So
Just throwing it out there.
Kelly, what does M Street have to do with all of this? I keep seeing that that's still on the list for the district to obtain. Why, if
it's a
we're
piece of-
talking about down there and we're talking about here?
So essentially, if we build a building next door or we build a building on N Street, it's gonna be about $1 million. We're still waiting for the county to
No.
finish processing N Street for it to sell. They told me it was gonna be done months and months and months ago, and we're still waiting. So I don't know what's ever gonna become of that. What I hear from the county though is it's gonna go for fair market price. So it doesn't look like we're gonna get it for $1,500. We're probably gonna get it for several $100,000.
I threw a number at that a couple months
No,
ago.
we're not gonna get it for
I
that.
put a number together for that a couple months ago. It was the neighborhood of like $300,000
Yeah,
at fair market
Yeah,
value.
we could've had it for 1,500.
Yeah.
Could have.
But unfortunately, I think that vote might have said.
One and the other.
So I'm still working with the county to try to get an answer out of them, but the answer we get at the end is probably not what we want.
That would be a good place for a fire station.
It'd be a good place for a lot of things. We
Keep
just
one
have to
engine
apply.
here, keep everything else over there, keep this as a CSD.
No, unfortunately, we don't have, the fire department doesn't have the money to build a new building right now. The rest of the departments don't have enough money to build an entire
Okay.
building right now.
We're running
So
out of
show us-
space real quick.
Show us your plan.
Maybe lighting to build a new building.
Yeah, lighting.
Lighting buildings.
It'd be a small one, but it could build it.
Nice.
So. So basically, we'll start at the bottom.
Let's make it. Yeah, make it hard.
Yeah. You know, it's getting late, so let's do it harder.
That got destroyed fast.
Yeah, that worked well. So this is essentially what the concept is.
I was hoping to see it in here.
I'd be more than happy to send it to you electronically. I didn't want people to try to
See a
print out
meeting
this.
and conference.
You gotta get up there and check it out, it's cool.
So essentially what we're looking at is, I'm just gonna go ahead and draw over it. But
Do that. It's really nice.
it's okay. This thing about printers, you can always make another one.
Wow.
So essentially, if we don't move the district offices down to the treatment plant, this blue part, it's messed it all up. Basically, that blue outline part would be the only part that we don't need.
We don't know.
So all these other
That we don't need.
offices, all these offices, this space, and all this covered space would be necessary. So really, you're getting this little L-shaped piece, and in reality, probably
So,
Probably that would be building.
okay, so in your vehicle count, did you include the other meetings that go on here? And the people that come in?
What other meetings?
Wasn't there a HOA or something that we used to meet here?
They did that a long, long time ago, and they stopped doing that. I think kind of irritated them enough, they left.
Okay.
Well, we
Well,
have
they're
a,
gonna
we have a
wanna come to this
policy
place.
charging people
Yeah.
to use the place.
Well, and that would be one benefit of this place, is that you would be able to have people come and rent the space, and it wouldn't be like it is here, where you have to have somebody here. They would be able to access it from the outside.
Oh, it'd be right on the property line?
Well, there'd be a parking lot here, we'll talk about that in a minute, but like right now, this is the middle of the fire station, so you have to come in and be in with all the fire department stuff. So if you have some ne'er-do-well come in and steal all your good stuff, then where are you gonna be then?
Okay.
So that's one benefit of doing that, is you have a bigger space. Obviously, no matter what we build for office space, it's gonna have a bigger room and it's gonna be more usable. Essentially in the back would be vehicle parking, shop space parking, and then the offices, locker rooms, copy room, lab, and bathrooms that we would normally have to have are all gonna be there. Really what we're talking about is building 1, 2, 3, basically 4 offices and a records room and a meeting room. That's what we're talking about adding to the treatment plant.
For what?
Any questions on that?
For what?
What do you mean for what?
You said add.
So the outline blue, if we were to take the administrative offices down to the treatment plant, that's what we would be adding. So if we don't do that, then the building would be like one base, or maybe, probably one bay smaller, and, you're not really cutting off a whole lot.
And you wouldn't rent that out, right?
No.
So you're talking about the manager, every employee except the fire department?
So the fire chief, fire prevention, all the firefighters, captains, engineers, firefighters, would all still be down here. Rob, because he's the
Sheriff,
joint
hopefully.
manager, or fire chief, general manager, would obviously have an office there. If we ever have a separated position, then there would be an office there for the general manager.
So that would mean one person at the fire station?
Potentially. They're not here
That's moving
24 hours a
forward,
day,
too.
they're not always here during our operating hours. But most
So
likely.
this building is basically empty.
For the most part.
Sure.
So at that point, if we move down there, then essentially Rob and Scott would be here on their normal shifts, and that would be about it. Obviously, as we go forward, they're gonna have more people on duty.
Propose sheriff's space here as opposed to the treatment plant.
No, it'd be here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sheriff wants to be in town.
Ooh, nice shiny.
In our vision for the future of the fire station, we're looking at possible housing for on-duty
So this is
24-hour
Plan B?
personnel
This is all still part of the same plan.
eventually.
Yeah.
This
Smart.
is just the bigger picture. So,
We can't do anything now.
Right,
uh,
right.
it's been, sorry, it's kind of small, I thought it was way bigger. but,
That's good for the people.
We got 4 minutes.
So this is an overall
Yes.
plan of the treatment plant as it's projected to be right now. All the red is all things that are being added. All of this red, actually this and all of this are part of the new treatment processes. This is the building we just looked at. So down here, you come in off of Bonita and Benedict, come in, there'd be a parking lot right here. There'd be fence basically around the building, so the public is isolated to the parking lot or the interior of the building.
How many parking spaces?
Hmm, right.
You only
So-
need 8.
There's 48 parking spaces there,
Okay.
but that's just what the space was for. So
It's gonna be a county requirement.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
The
the
county's
county's gonna require a
There's
certain number of
a,
parking
there's a
spaces.
parking ratio.
To employees?
For
To
space,
employees
anyway.
To the occupancy?
Yeah.
So obviously, we really only need 8, maybe 9 for one person from the public. But, so the red is all new structures. The blue are our existing ponds. This is what we're using the treatment, or to treat the effluent. These 6 ponds up here would be new ponds. For, these 2 would be for flow equalization, so that this treatment process will work correctly. And then these 4 would be for treated effluent for recycled water. Once, these could be built at a later date, but basically from here down would have to be essentially built all at the same time. Once this process is in working order, then these ponds would be converted to effluent or recycled water or treated effluent storage. Currently, this area down here is the fire training area, and it would be maintained as the fire training area and improved for them. That would be at their cost for that.
And additional parking.
It'd be overflow parking
Overflow.
for the extra car.
What's the square footage of the conference
Don't
room?
leave it too long, we'll cut it
The
out.
conference room
And
is 24 by 39, so.
2 of these.
So,
Nice size.
so,
what's that?
This is 17
4
by
times
25.
4,
What do you want?
huh?
The occupancy for the for the training? For
No,
the,
we want
The
to-
size 24 by
size.
39.
39. So it's 3 of these?
936 square feet.
What's this room?
Probably
It's not
17 by 20.
200?
Something like that.
No, well, this is probably.
No, this is probably
So your
this
occupancy
is
is about,
300, 250.
your maximum would be about 133 people in that room.
Which,
Max.
Never gonna happen.
You could have another party for Gib.
Are you gonna rent it out for parties and stuff?
well, the district could rent it out to other groups like HOAs or.
Not parties.
Not parties.
That's seating room only. That's what they designed to be.
You don't want weddings at the wastewater treatment?
Well, it's better to have a meeting room.
It's got a water feature.
There's a lot of
Yeah, the
reasons
money
to
you'll
have.
get.
It's extra.
Chocolate fountain.
That's disgusting. I think I grew up a little.
I've been up way too long today.
So that's just a blown up picture.
I think it's a good thing.
The new building is going over an existing sewer pond. Is there any hazmat issues involved with that?
No, that pond is lined currently, so there's
No issue.
really no risk to anything. It's gonna be drained, cleaned, and the liner removed before it's filled in, so.
Mm-hmm.
What about smell?
It's not really a major concern. The new process won't have any more smell than what's there now. And there's really only a smell now on a very intermittent basis. It's
Yeah, I live
actually,
across the street from
Taco
it,
Tuesday.
and we don't.
Because I just wondered if you're putting in
Never
the money
have.
for such a beautiful building and
Lighting,
it smells, then
different. No weddings.
no weddings,
Weddings, complaints from employees,
headaches,
Very
they have to
awesome.
leave early.
right?
Yeah, there's-
Yeah, it's not. a
Somebody
big
got
deal.
pregnant,
People work their
it's
current. though.
terrible.
yeah,
So, go ahead.
Mr. Downs, do you have any conceptual plans for a downtown location, or is that not looked at?
we have a very basic plan, but it's not really enough.
We got consensus from the board a couple months back to just work on this.
I'm sorry?
What, consensus? No, it was for both.
Wait,
It was for
no.
both, because I was at that meeting, and it was 4 board members. It was for both locations, and I was one who.
Well, we do have the one for here. It was considerably more
Oh,
expensive.
yeah,
There is
no.
a
Yes, it
footprint
did.
of
was just
developing
there.
this, but it's not really feasible. And
There's a
We're-
lot of problems.
the problem is this back wall sits on the property line. That wall sits on a property line. To develop this way, we have to develop the alley in the back up to this point, clear to 11th Street.
What, pave it?
It's too.
Whatever the improvements were called. I don't know if we'd have to pave it, but, I know
Well, the
down.
deli didn't have to.
They did pave
Yeah,
just
they-
their building though, right?
Well, yeah,
But they came from
right.
14th
It ends
Street.
at the property line
Right.
of that building.
But there was a lot of.
And they're closer to the street. You've got lots on both sides.
Right.
So I don't know, I don't think they'd make you go all the way to the street. I think you'd have to start at this corner.
and improve behind us to that one.
Why would you have to do that at
I'm sorry?
all? Why would you do that at all?
So
Because
generally,
they probably would require it at this time to improve the lot next door. It's just like curb and gutter.
Right.
There were several other.
But if you have no access to the rear of the building.
Concept.
Using it.
What you do is just dirt. So I don't know that they would make us, but I think the possibility exists. It'd be
So-
kind of foolish. What are we looking at here?
this doesn't have the back. This, like I said, this is was our concept from November. But this is basically what the building would look like if we built it next door. So this piece right here, this first half, is the fire station. And the real difference would be that the separation between the fire station and the new building would probably have to be greater. So looking at this particular drawing, from here over is the new building. From that line over would
So
be.
you're saying you can't connect them?
You know,
So
that have-
there's issues with connecting them as far as seismic stability and the standard you have to build it to, because then it becomes part of your essential services building.
What do they do across the street?
Well, it's not that you can't connect them, the problem is that this building is an essential service. So it has to be built to a higher standard.
It's type 4 construction.
Yeah, so it has to be,
1.5
it's a
ton.
higher standard, which is a higher cost, obviously, to
Right.
build. If we attach it directly to this building, then now this whole building is an essential service, and you have to have the same construction over here, which you do over here.
Okay.
Basically, in this plan, the first floor, this lower corner area is all the offices. The back would be, sorry, that's the second floor. So this is the first floor, that would be the offices. The back would be kind of the dining area or break room area, mainly for the fire department. This area right here would be a meeting room. Over in the far corner would be a sheriff with their storage and bathroom, other bathrooms for the meeting room, and then this is the joint hallway. The second floor
Yeah.
would be storage, and then this whole rest of it would be a service area for the fire department, so bedrooms, living space, and things like that.
In the new building,
If we were to build one next to this.
you'd have living quarters for